All right. So today we're going to be doing our escalating density circuits. Each circuit's going to be 8 minutes, and we'll go through as many times as we can in that 8 minutes. Depending on the air quality where you are, you might want to slow it down so you're not breathing too deeply. But we're going to do some technical warm-ups here, getting up to that. So we are going to be doing some Romanian deadlifts to start. We're going to grab a weight and place it behind our feet. Feet are about shoulder width apart with the toes pointed forward, packing the shoulders. We're going to reach through, pushing the hips back and tap the handle of your weight, and then stand up and squeeze your glutes. 10 times. Inhaling on the way down and exhaling at the top. Nice work. I wasn't actually counting, so don't follow me. And then we're going to bring our arms wide, our feet stay in the same place. Arms are wide and we're reaching opposite hand to foot, pushing the hips back. We'll do about 10 on each side. Maybe you're better at counting than I am. Nice work. Holy hamstrings, we're going to feel them real soon. We're going to grab a lightweight band for a couple of over-unders. We're going to be doing some windmills with our Romanian deadlifts. So I'm going to open up through the shoulders. Feet are hip width apart. Hands are wide on the band, coming up and over, and then back forward. We're going to do about 5 moving back and forth. Right. After about 5, you can either still hang on to that band, standing on it and bringing it over your neck, or you can grab a weight. So we're going to do a weighted hinge position. You can make it a Romanian deadlift or a good morning with that band. Hips press back, squeezing the glutes at the top 10 times. Nice work. We're going to finish up here with the warm-up, coming into a hinge position with our band. We really want it to be light here. So your hips are back, your back is flat, arms are extended with the band in it, and you're going to bring that band down so it's like an overhead pull-apart, but in a hinge position. So think about keeping your chest up, activating the hamstrings as you move your shoulder blades. Maintaining a neutral neck. About 10. I'm not sure how many that was. All right. So for our first round, we're going to set this clock for 8 minutes. We're going to do 10 Romanian deadlifts. If you don't have a weight, you can use a band to make it a good morning. But it's hinge position, pressing the hips back, loading the hamstrings, and then standing up and squeezing the glutes. We're then going to do 5 windmills on each side. My feet are wide, they're at least shoulder width apart. Weight in one hand and I'm pressing it overhead. I'm going to windshield wiper those feet away from the raised hands. Other palm is facing out in front of the thigh as I push the hips out, reaching for the ground, standing up and squeezing the glutes. You don't need to touch the ground. You're aiming to keep your legs straight, so just pushing back as far as you can. We'll do 5 on one arm, 5 on the other, and then back to the Romanian deadlifts. As many rounds as you can in 8 minutes. Paying attention to your lungs, please. And that windmill, we want to keep fairly light. This is more about shoulder stability. No matter what, you're going to feel it later. Any questions or modifications?
How many Romanian deadlifts?
10. 10 RDLs, 5 windmills on each side.
Got it.
All right. All right, I'm going to set a clock. Maybe I'm going to set a clock. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to go for 8 minutes, starting with your RDL. And go. Making sure you're keeping that arm locked out. That's overhead. All right. Man, this feels like high altitude exercise. That's fine.
Oh, God.
You're doing great. We got this. Remember to rest when you need to. Drink some water if you need it. Sit down, too. Nice work. Whew, we got this. We're 4 minutes in. We have 4 minutes to go. So if that's terrifying, rest. If that sounds easy, you can go ahead and add some weight or just not rest. Holy hamstrings. After yesterday's kettlebell swings, this is really exciting. Nice work. Well, and if you're using gallons of water for your weight, you could just drink from them and make it lighter as you go. Is that your secret, Kari?
Oh my God, it's water from April. I don't think so.
Oh. Then don't do that.
Nice idea, though.
I used to, when I was a younger woman living in New York City, I used to run. I know, shocking, right? But I would run, and there's a multi-use path along the FDR Drive, and we would take gallons of water, and they would get lighter as you go because you drink them.
Oh.
Or in the summer, you just like pour it over your head, right?
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's all terrible.
One of these days I'll find somewhere that has a 10-pound weight in stock and I'll get it.
One of these days. Oh, I did see On It sent me an email. I don't think they have 10-pound dumbbells, but On It kettlebells are back in stock. Which they have really good pricing. And I mean, they have great products. They have great pricing. If you want to order, but you don't want to order $300 worth of equipment, I suggest going in with somebody else on a shipment. Because I think it's either $250 or $300 and above is free shipping.
Well, I had 2 of these, and then my son kicked a soccer ball into one of them, and it like burst all over the floor. So now I've only got one.
Oh man!
Yeah, it's great. Not lopsided at all.
And that's it. That is 8 minutes. We are done. We are resting.
Woo.
Yeah. We're resting and breathing. Trying not to breathe too deeply. We'll see how we do. All right. All right, next up, we are going to be doing squats and lateral raises. Squats are plain old squats, feet shoulder width apart, getting low, squeezing the glutes at the top, making sure you stay in your heels. If you find you're tipping forward, off of your heels, think about picking up your big toe off of the ground, or you can also elevate your heels on something small. And if you really want, you can make this a goblet squat. So we have 8 squats. We're then going to do 8 lateral raises. If you have a pair of light dumbbells, you're going to stand tall with your hips in underneath your ribs. Feet are hip width apart, glutes are on, and your arms are at your side. bringing your hands up to about eye level and then back down. If you do not have a good weight for lateral raises, you can take a band, bringing it around your neck, then slide your hands into that band. So the band's right above your elbow. You'll need to have your arms bent here to keep the band from coming off. Coming out to the side and back down. We're going to do 8 reps of each. So 8 squats, 8 lateral raises, as many times as we can in 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, 8 minutes. Here I'm making things up. You're welcome. All right. So we're going to rest just for 1 minute here. I'm going to get these weights set up. While I'm getting this set up, does anybody have questions or modifications that they need?
What do you consider light weights, or what would you recommend for the lateral?
For the lateral raise, I would say between 5 and 10 pounds. Because we really, with this lateral raise, we want to really, especially right now, we want to make sure we're not using our neck for it. And as it gets heavier, we'll often shrug it up. So we want to keep those shoulders down as we bring the hands up. All right. So we're going to go for 8 minutes, starting with 8 squats, and go. It's not too bad. That's all right. Just taking as much rest as you need to. Nice work. We're looking good. Like making enough exercises over here. Lateral raise. I was ready to do curl to press. I don't even know. Sorry, my heart rate's elevated. There you go, you got it. Great work. We are halfway through this 8-minute round. Just 4 minutes to go. Getting a good shoulder pump. So if you want to intensify these movements without going faster, or you don't have weight to add, you can always slow it down. So you can slow down your squats with the lateral raise. You can pause for 1 count at the top. Nice work. You got this. We have just 2 minutes left here. Yeah. You got it. You have those bottles of dish soap today, Corey?
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
I've slowly brought everything back up out of the basement where it's super smoky.
Oh, yeah.
So. Hopefully soon I'll bring it back all downstairs again. We'll see.
Yes. Home stretch. You have 10 seconds left here. Maybe squeeze in a couple more squats, maybe just sit up the clock. And rest. Whew. All right, we are resting and breathing. I'm going to grab a step stool. All right. For our third and final round here, we are, it's quite possibly the hardest one. I have lots of modifications though. We're going to be doing 6 reps of lunges. So these lunges, they're going to be alternating lunges, and you can either step forward or back with them, whichever one feels better for you. Just making sure that your feet stay hip-width apart, and we're really thinking about pressing through the big toe of the lead foot. That works for whether or not you're stepping forward or back in your lunges. If you do not have 6 lunges in you on each side, don't sweat it, or maybe your knees just don't have it. And we'll grab a step. You can also do this on a staircase, on a bench, maybe a chair. That's kind of high. Ideally, we want the height to be between our knee and our ankle, anywhere in there. So you're stepping up, pressing through your heel of that lead foot, standing up and squeezing your glutes at the top, and then alternating legs. Some ways of intensifying this is to bring your knee up as you step up. But especially as our step gets higher, we want to make sure that we're pressing through the lead foot and not just jumping off of the ground there. So we're going to do 6 lunges or step-ups on each side. And then we're going to do 3 to 6 push-ups. Push-ups we can do from the ground. We can modify it by elevating our hands or using a band. Whatever variation you choose, your shoulders are going to be over your hands, your feet are together, and your glutes are on. You're inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. If that's not going to happen, this is a lot of deep breathing here. We can switch it for plank shoulder taps. So you're in an extended plank with your feet wide for stability. Your glutes are on and you're touching opposite hand to shoulder. If you're substituting shoulder taps, you'll do 3 to 6 reps on each side. Questions? Modifications? All right. Let me get these weights out of the way because I'm not using any for this last circuit. All right. So we have 6 lunges or step-ups, 3 to 6 push-ups or shoulder taps for 8 minutes, and go. Yeah. Hey, sorry, we got this. Turns out those shoulder taps are still hard. That's good.
You think?
I mean, they're no push-ups. Whew. work. We got this.
Yeah.
Yep. It's funny how hard it is to like slow it down sometimes. Boring. All right. Yep. Nice work. Yeah, don't forget to rest. And your rest period should be boring, quite frankly. Maybe throw in some step-ups just for variety.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
And just like that, we're more than 4 minutes through here. It's funny, I think the hardest part of the step-ups is counting the reps.
Something is hard.
It is. Working on our character and our maths. We're doing great. We have less than 2 minutes to go here. Nice work, we're killing it. 60 seconds left. You got it. Finish strong. And it's time. There you go. Nice work.